So how much money should you have in an emergency fund? I feel like this is searched everywhere over the internet. It's always asked. So many people talk about it, from Susie Orman to Dave Ramsey. In the end, it's what your monthly expenses are times 3 to 6, whatever you're comfortable with. If you are uncertain about your job, or maybe you want to have a job change someday, I would say you're leaning more toward the 6-month mark. If you're very secure in your job, then I would say leaning more toward the 3-month mark, meaning that whatever your expenses are, it's not replacement of your income, it's replacement of the money that goes out. Because remember, you won't be saving into a 401k, you probably wouldn't be putting money into savings if you lost your job. So ultimately, 3 months is a minimum of your monthly expenses is what you want to have in your savings account. Now, when do you get to use that savings? That's really only for situations that are beyond your control and you can't, you don't have the funds for it. You'd have to use a credit card or something in order to pay for that expense. So your car broke down, you got to get to work, but you don't have any excess cash, then you may have to go to the emergency savings and build it back as fast as possible. It's not for trips, it's not for buying things, other than you're just hard up in a situation. So most of us will probably never touch our emergency savings. Now, what do you do with that emergency savings? Those questions have really dropped lately because we have all these high yield savings accounts now at 4, 4.5, 5%. I think even in our own custodial platform here, they have a temporary rate of 5.25%. So savings rates are going up, but ultimately, some people try to invest the reserve. They think their reserve money could be in a brokerage account somewhere. Murphy's Law, basically says the time that you're going to need those funds is probably the same time the market is way down. So you never want to have your emergency reserve at risk. You want it to be an FDIC insured account. And again, those rates are coming up. I explained it to a person one time this way, is that let's say you had 6 months of reserve, you lost your job. The first job available to you is half the pay that you were getting, but it's a job. And so if you didn't have an emergency savings, maybe that's what you have to settle for. But if you could wait it out and you could find the job that really interests you and pays more money, then maybe you could wait it out 4 months. And so how much is that reserve worth to you now? Well, if it's double the pay of what that first offer was, or triple the pay, then that reserve the ROI on that reserve is very, very great. So the purpose of that reserve is to be boring, sitting there staring at you, not making that much money, but in the end, it's creating opportunity where maybe you wouldn't have had opportunity if you didn't have those funds there. Thanks for watching.